pocket.
Hey guys, this is Ray from YouHookah.
And Tatiana from YouHookah.
And in this video, we're taking a look at Fantasia Formula Series F1. Formula Series is a whole new line from Fantasia. It just came out on the market. And Fantasia was kind enough to send us all the flavors in the Formula Series so we can check it out. So, Formula Series comes in 8 flavors. They are named F1 through F8. Something interesting about the Formula Series is that it doesn't tell you what the flavors are. So nowhere on this box does it have a description of the flavor. There aren't any pictures of fruits or anything like that.
Nothing.
You really have no idea what the flavor is just by looking at the box. But something interesting that Fantasia did with this is they created these scent stations. So if you're a vendor, if you're a shop carrying the Formula Series, you can have a scent station from Fantasia. And that allows the consumer to just walk up to the scent station, smell each one of the flavors in the Formula Series, and based off of the scent, determine if it's something you want to buy or not.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool that they're doing that, especially since they're not telling you what these flavors are. We actually reached out to Fantasia and asked them for an official description of each one of the flavors, just because that's something we use on YouHookah.com for all the shishas we have up there. And
they're very secretive about it.
They're very secretive. They told us they were not releasing an official description for each one. So we're going to have to smoke all of these and
figure it out.
try to do a good job at determining what they are by just scent and smoking it. So Formula Series is a whole new take on what Fantasia is. Fantasia itself has been around for a long time.
Since 2005.
2005. I remember when I first started smoking way back, Formula or Fantasia was one of those brands that was around. And they've always been a little different from other brands. They're known for party-like flavors. They have a lot of cocktail flavors.
Yeah, like margarita, pina colada.
Mai Tai, things like that. So known for, cocktail flavors, party-like flavors. And something that's always kind of made them different is their standard size for their shisha containers are 200 grams. That's something I never liked that. I remember when I was looking at Fantasia many years ago, it's something that turned me away from the brand just because pretty much everybody else had 250 grams as their standard size, but Fantasia just had a 200 gram standard size. So something different with the Formula Series is that this is 250 grams. So unlike typical Fantasia, this one's going to be 250 grams. Yeah. Something else that's different about this with compared to just the regular Fantasia Shisha is that this is not dyed. So if you've ever had Fantasia before, you may have noticed that it is dyed.
Red usually.
You might have seen it. It might have been red or something like that. Formula Series is not dyed at all. And that's really great because some people actually have some reactions to dye. It's not something we've ever experienced, but I've definitely heard stories of people having reactions to dye. So definitely an improvement with the Formula Series that it is not dyed. So just reading off the packaging, it says it's a fine cut tobacco, new gold leaf, it's a new formula blend with a fresh seal bag, no color dyed, and 100% USA food grade glycerin. Another thing about Fantasia is it is washed tobacco. So if you don't like nicotine buzz, if you're not accustomed to that nicotine, you're pretty much not going to get a buzz off of this just because it's just washed, doesn't really have any nicotine in it. And that's really good for beginners, I think, just because beginners usually are not used to most of the time to that buzz, and it's something that I think it works great with beginners to get something like this. So this has a few extras in there. It is a little bit heavy, and I'll show you why in a minute. So when you open this box, you'll find a little pamphlet inside. And this pamphlet basically just shows you all the flavors in the Formula Series. So you'll see that there's 8 flavors. And again, doesn't really tell you what the flavors are, just kind of lets you know that there's 8 flavors in this line. And on the back of this, it has something that I thought was really great, and that is a product guarantee. You don't really see many vendors, manufacturers advertising this, but Fantasia on here, I'll read off what it says. It says, if for any reason you are not satisfied with your purchase, Fantasia will replace or exchange your product for free or for free of charge directly from the factory. So for any reason you feel like you got a bad batch or something was off, Fantasia is going to stand behind their product and replace it for free. Awesome. I thought that was really great that they did that. And they have a 1-800 number on here and an email. So further down into the box, you'll find the actual container. This is a really nice looking container. Show you a close-up of that. It's got these carbon fiber accents, and that's a signature look of the Formula Series, and I happen to like carbon fiber, so I thought that was really neat. When you get this, you'll have a sealed bag inside. A sealed bag has the shisha, and when you transfer the shisha from the sealed bag into the container, you'll find that it fits
perfectly. Comes right up to the rim.
This container holds exactly 250 grams.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like you said, it's right up to the rim. And that's really great because some other brands have containers that are just really big containers. They just don't, you know, they don't hold the quantity of shisha correctly. This holds exactly 250 grams, so that's really nice. Some extras they threw in here are some mouth tips. So there's 4 mouth tips inside. There's 2 kinds. There's male mouth tips and female mouth tips. Mm-hmm. So just nice little extra they threw in there. And what makes this box so heavy is the fact that they threw in some coals. So these are Fantasia airfoil coals. They are coconut coals, and there's 9 pieces of them. And they're not traditional coconut coals. They're flat on one side and triangular on another side.
Kind of like a little triangle.
Little triangle. And whole theory behind that, it's supposed to improve the airflow with the coals and all that.
We're actually using them upside down.
Yeah, so we tried them with the triangular side down. We're using them right now, and we found it didn't have much heat. Yeah. Some other things I noticed about this is that they're very large. Mm-hmm. Probably can't tell right now since we've been smoking for a while, but they are very large coals, not your typical flat coal size. And another thing is they do seem to ash a lot. Just from the very beginning of our session, it was just ashing a lot. And you know, other than that, I think they're okay coals. Mm-hmm. You know, haven't really used them enough to, I guess, have an opinion on them. But it's nice that they threw in some coconut coals on here. So since we don't know what this is, we don't have an official flavor description. We're gonna have to tell you what we think based off of the scent and smell. So let's start it off by seeing what it smells like. So I'm picking up a very strong blueberry scent. It's
like
candy-like.
Artificial candy blueberry.
Yeah, it smells artificial. It's almost very kind of sweet. It just smells like a candy, like blueberry candy.
It smells good.
I'm not really picking up anything else, but it has a very strong aroma of like candy-like blueberry. And the cut on this, on the packaging, it says it is fine cut. I would say it's more of a medium to fine cut. It has pretty good density with the liquids inside. It's not overly wet. It's not dry. It's just you know, juicy. It's pretty much on spot of what it should be. So today we're smoking this in a Nouveau Atom with a Liberty Heavy Hitter Symphony Bowl. And we're using a D-Hose 2.0 and Fantasia airflow coal. So let's see how it smokes. So Formula Series produces really great clouds. Definitely have had great cloud output with that. Yep. So move on to the flavor. So I'm picking up a blueberry taste. It's definitely a blueberry flavor.
I definitely get blueberry as well. It doesn't taste as sweet as the scent.
Yeah.
So I don't really get it. It's definitely an artificial blueberry, but it's not so candy-like when you smoke it.
Yeah, it definitely smells a lot more candy-like. But when you smoke it, it's, you know, you just get a little bit more of a blueberry taste, but it's artificial tasting.
Yes.
So I'm not really sure if this is the blend. I'm not sure if the Formula Series comes in blends or if they're just single flavors. Because it is an artificial tasting blueberry, it's kind of hard to make out if there's anything else in there. But I'm pretty much just picking up blueberry.
One thing I did notice about it, actually every time we've smoked this flavor quite a few times. You do get that kind of glycerin taste in like the first few minutes of your session, which I didn't care for that. That was kind of a turn off, but it does go away and it gets a little better. And I actually seem to like it every time we've smoked it. I've liked it a little better each time. Yeah.
So that glycerin taste, if you didn't know, is what provides the smoke, the clouds, and shisha. So there is, you know, there's definitely glycerin in this.
Probably over getting such good clouds.
Yeah, that's definitely one reason. So the glycerin has a little bit of a soapy taste, a little bit sweet, and you do pick that up, but it kind of dies out.
Yeah, it does. After
I would say
5 minutes.
5-10 minutes, you're going to get a little bit of that glycerin taste, and then it kind of just goes away and you get that blueberry taste. So something I'd like to say is I am a little biased towards blueberry flavors. I've never actually liked blueberry flavored shisha.
I do like blueberry, so I'm the opposite. And I, like I said, this is enjoyable. I like it. I don't know that I'd purchase it again, but I do like it as a blueberry. But it's definitely artificial.
Yeah.
So I didn't love that.
So, and I've had different blueberry flavors in the past, and I really just did not like them at all. Just, again, never liked blueberry. This is one I could find myself smoking. You know, it's an easygoing flavor. Just blueberry. Flavor intensity is about medium,
yeah.
maybe a little bit high, medium to high, but just average.
It gets a little higher when you add more heat to it.
Yeah.
So we've been smoking it right now. We have 3 coals, but they are larger coals, like Ray mentioned. So it's smoking nice right now. But I know when we've added 4 coals of any other flat coal, it's been stronger.
Yeah. So 4 coals never really felt like it was gonna burn. 4 coconut coals.
It takes heat well.
The flavor was just very intense. So it is able to take heat well, but the flavor just became too intense.
Yes.
The sweet spot for the Formula series seems to be 3 coals. And it's a little tricky using these coals. These coals are a lot larger. They do ash a lot. I would say that, I mean, I haven't used them much, so I can't give a full opinion on it, but I do prefer some other coconut coals. So just kind of like the coals I've been using a lot lately are Dashini coals, Dashini coconut flat coals. And, you know, I think it smokes really good with 3 Dashini coals. But
I agree.
with the coals it comes with, you know, smokes pretty good. It's not bad. As far as longevity, you know, this is not a flavor I'm in love with just because I'm not a blueberry fan. But we've gone over hour-long sessions with this.
Yes.
Flavor's been consistent. It's had that, you know, artificial candy-like blueberry taste. So pretty much, you know, longevity seems to be on point. So what do we think about Formula Series?
I think the Formula Series, I'm interested to, you know, we've smoked all the other flavors. You'll see more videos on that. But I think it's interesting. I think Fantasia's they're kind of rebranding themselves with this new series. Yeah. I like the packaging that it comes in. Like Ray mentioned, it's good for someone that's kind of a beginner. It comes with all this cool stuff. So that's pretty cool if you're new to hookah and you don't maybe have all these supplies. Or maybe you're using quick lights because you're new to hookah. So it's nice that you can kind of go into the realm of coconut coals and get started with that.
Yeah, so really like it comes with all this. It is, again, washed tobacco, so I'd recommend that for beginners as well.
Yes.
You're not going to get that heavy nicotine buzz off of this. It's easy to pack. You know, I fluff packed this. Did a fluff pack, did a semi-dense pack. I actually have the semi-dense right now.
I preferred the semi-dense.
Semi-dense, you get a little bit more of the flavor, but it works well either way. So all around, I'm impressed with the Formula Series. We'll definitely be doing more reviews on all the flavors in the Formula Series. Definitely think, you know, Fantasia has kind of stepped up and changed, you know, what they are as a brand. Some people may have been scared off by Fantasia, maybe because of, you know, the fact that it was 200 grams or there was dyed or something like that. If you've ever had Fantasia in the past and you find one of these flavors intriguing in the Formula Series, you know, don't be scared away to try it. Definitely think you should check it out because it is, you know, just a whole new take on what Fantasia is. So as always, if you smoke this flavor, make sure to leave a review on YouHookah.com and let everybody know what you think. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe.